Thank you for joining us today for the Lakes Region Cooking Show. We're in beautiful Meredith at Lago with Chef Alan Zick with the Common Man family of restaurants. And we also have 3 students from the Lakes Region Community College Hospitality Program joining us. We have Chef Matt, Ben, and Chris. Thank you very much for joining us here, and we're going to get underway. Chef Alan will talk about the signature dish from the Common Man family restaurant here at Lagos that they're going to be preparing today.
Thank you, Amy. Today we're going to prepare some chicken-based risotto and our pan-roasted scallops with our caper, lemon, sage cream sauce. All right, welcome to Lago. We're going to make some risotto today. Got Chris, Matt, and Ben. They're going to help me out today. First, what we got to do is chop some onions. Just peeling the onion, getting ready to chop. All right, you can do that, right?
Of course I can.
All right, here you go. We're gonna chop some garlic to get it ready. We chop all our garlic fresh. We don't use a machine. Want to be the best tasting garlic in the Lakes region. So we're gonna smash it down with our knife. We're gonna add a little bit of kosher salt. This helps make a paste. Really gets that garlic flavor into your food. Crush it down a little bit. It also keeps it on the cutting board so you don't lose it on the floor. Now we're going to get our pan going for our risotto while the sous chefs are cutting up the mise en place. And what we have here is a rondo, and this is a stock pot that has a gallon of chicken stock and a gallon and 1 quart of water. Want to make sure our pan is nice and hot. We serve this risotto with our scallop dish here. It's one of our staple dishes at Lago, so if you're familiar with Lago, then you definitely know the dish. Boreal rice is the pasta rice for the risotto, but the way you make the risotto is why it's called risotto. It's by stirring the starch into it, adding liquid slowly to that.
Now you toast the rice?
Saute the rice in the pan. That's looking pretty good there. Take those onions from you. In there. Beautiful. Nice chopping skills there.
Thank you, Chef.
All right. So we have a little extra virgin olive oil in the pan. Pan's smoking a little bit. Add our onions to that. Now, as we make our risotto, we want to season it. Onions have great flavor, but they taste a lot better with salt and pepper. Start with like about a tablespoon of kosher salt, a little less than that of black pepper. We want to get our onions tender first, then we're going to add our garlic to that. Saute that up until it's tender. Get our garlic going. See how the salt gets all that natural juices out of the garlic? Okay, so now we're going to saute our garlic up until it's a little tender. We're going to add our rice to it. It's going to go for a short period of time because we're going to cook the risotto in this. The garlic and onions are going to continue cooking anyway. So.
Is it true that when you're cooking the garlic, that it basically just becomes more sweeter as you cook it?
Oh, it definitely is true. It's like if you're making garlic mashed potatoes. You ever see somebody make it? Just put raw garlic in the potatoes. For garlic mash, it's really bitter. Yeah. You want to saute it or roast it. Definitely. Now we're going to toast the risotto. It's probably going to take 5 to 10 minutes. Get it nice golden brown. Out of 15 restaurants we have in the Common, I really think that Lago is the only one that really advertised risotto. It's a shame too, because risotto is such a great starch. What do you guys like to eat with risotto? Basically Italian food or any other kind of food?
Yeah, pretty much what I've always had.
Yeah.
Now, when you make risotto, you can really start it with anything, right? I mean, you could add onions, you could add mushrooms too.
Oh, definitely mushrooms, peppers.
Yeah.
I like doing a southwestern risotto with chipotles and garlic and onions and red peppers. Starting off like that. Have a little more spice to my chicken stock, and usually use some kind of like a rum or tequila in it in the beginning.
What about a lobster risotto and stuff like that?
Lobster risotto is great too. Fortunately, I can't enjoy lobster risotto because I'm deathly allergic to lobster.
Oh, yeah.
That's unfortunate.
It is unfortunate. Chicken risotto is the way to go. Although mushroom risotto is really well. We had a vegetarian dish at Lake House 2 winters ago that had a vegetable-based risotto coming out of a roasted acorn squash. So it was really nice.
Pretty important to keep the rice moving at all times.
You want to keep the starch going. You want to make sure you don't burn that rice.
Not something you can just walk away from and be like, oh, I'll come back.
Risotto is one thing you can't walk away from.
Definitely. All about getting the aromatics going first.
Exactly. It's getting there. Starting to toast a little bit. Alright, so our risotto is ready for some liquid. 2 cups of white wine. Now some restaurants use bottled wine, but we go through so much white wine at Lago that we like to use the boxed wine. It's more convenient, it's a little bit easier. So when making risotto, you gotta make sure you constantly keep it moving to where you get all the liquid out of it.
Once all the liquid's absorbed, that's when you add your stock.
You start adding your stock to it, yes. You can see all our wine's just about gone. You see the risotto starting to starch a little bit. By stirring it like this is the way you get the starch out of it. And that's the whole secret to risotto.
Quick question, Chef. If you didn't have arboreal rice, could you use a substitute like orzo or just plain like long grain rice? Does it work the same or?
Definitely doesn't work the same way at all,
Okay.
no. Arboreal is the only way to make risotto.
Okay.
Now I seasoned the onions, but I didn't season the rice, so we're gonna add a little more salt and pepper to it as we stir it. And we'll try it when it's all done.
What about the salt and the garlic?
That's got a little bit of salt in there, but I mean, if you're making something that's taken 3 gallons of liquid to it, you're gonna need a little more salt than that, probably. There's salt in the chicken stock too, but.
Now, do you want your risotto to be kind of sticky or creamy, or how do you like it? How does it
Well,
stand out?
we want it to be al dente when it's done.
Yeah,
Yep. Not sticky, because if
like
it's
with the spoon and stuff. But.
sticky isn't the way to go. So we're gonna